Hey guys, so I've been promising these scam videos for so long, so now I'm going to do them. But I've noticed you don't seem to like long videos, so I'm going to cut these into sections. So the first one I'm going to do is just like taxis, tuk-tuks, and they're very easy to research online. So I'm going to give you basic outlines, but I'm not going to go in depth because like there's so much information on this. There's so many different varieties, but like just basically speaking, all tuk-tuks are scams. No matter what, they are always a scam. They will either tell you that somewhere is closed, namely the Royal Palace. Whenever you go to the palace, there'll be a tuk-tuk outside, and he'll say to you, "It's closed today. Come back tomorrow, but I can take you to another temple if you want for 50 baht." It's never 50 baht. It always goes up to like 200. And sometimes, if they can keep convincing you to go to other places, it goes up to 1,000. And they just constantly try to rip you off. If you're getting a shortcut or you don't want to catch the train, you just want to jump on like a tuk-tuk quickly to get from one stop to the other, the fare for that is around 40 baht. It's never more than that. But if they see that you're a tourist or a Farang or anybody who's not Thai, they're going to charge you 200 baht. They literally will rip you off every single possible chance they get. Or they'll use another even deeper scam where they include a taxi driver as well. And they'll take you to the taxi driver, and then the taxi driver will rip you off, and then they'll get a cut. So my advice is, if you want to do that once tuk-tuk ride, outside of Bangkok, they're not too bad, but in Bangkok, it's going to cost you a fortune. If you're going anywhere else, just do your tuk-tuk video or whatever it is that you want to do. Do it there because there's less chance of you being ripped off by that. The tuk-tuk drivers in Bangkok are absolute scam artists. Save your money. And the other one is taxis. So the first time you're going to meet a taxi is going to be when you arrive at the airport. This taxi driver is going to try and rip you off. 100%. Like they make a living from hanging around the airport ripping off tourists. That's basically their job. So you'll say, if you've listened to my other videos, A, you should take the train. B, if you're not going to do that, you have a SIM card by now, so get Grab. Otherwise, the minute you walk outside, everyone's going to try and jump on you. And some of them even look official, like, official cab driver, blah, 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 take this ticket. They're just going to charge you God knows what. Like the fare, generally speaking, from the airport into the middle of Sukhumvit is around 500 baht. They will immediately start, I've heard, generally speaking, 800, but some now are even trying 1,000. Which is like double the price. Like I know it doesn't sound a lot when you arrive, and that's what they rely on because 1,000 is about £22. And if there's four of you, it's a fiver each. It just seems like the easy option. Unless you've got a ton of luggage, like just try and avoid this option because they will try to negotiate a fare with you. And if that doesn't work, then you're going to need to get a taxi anyway. So like when you do go, insist that they turn on the meter, and this counts for everywhere, not just in the airport. Just insist on them turning on the meter, and then use your app to make sure that they're not driving 1,000 miles out of the direction where they're supposed to be going. They will literally try every kind of scam. If you use Grab, it's all recorded electronically, like they know exactly which direction. You can get refunded and you're going to pay cash at the end of it. So if there's any kind of arguments or whatever, you can refer directly back to Grab. No problems. Otherwise, yeah, just generally avoid taxi. If they won't turn on the meter, especially don't get in. They're going to negotiate a fare, same like the tuk-tuks do. They're going to charge you way over what it should be. And if it's like not getting, if they do put the meter on, they can still drive a long way out, and you won't really know because some of those roads do kind of look the same, and you won't realise it until you're like quite a bit away from where you're actually going, and then have to come round on the big highways to go back. Between them, they are two of the biggest scammers, but you can look this all up online. This is a very simple one, and I'm doing it for the sake of quickness because I just want to get this one out the way because, as I say, everybody knows about it. The next one will be a little bit more in-depth, things that you would notice when you're living there and scams that you can't quite see immediately. Everybody kind of expects the taxi or the tuk-tuk scam, but there's a lot of other things going on that you might not notice, and as long as you're aware of it, then you probably would be able to avoid it. So yeah, the next one's going to be more localized scams. Hope this is helpful. As I say, look up anything online about this. It's everywhere. This is nothing new. I'm not doing anybody any favors here by being the first to tell you this, but it's something that you need to know. All right.